you didn't have to concern yourself with the rats, because this place had a bunch of them. Second, there were all sorts of stains on the floor. Cyrus swept his gaze across the neon sign behind the bar that said JoJo in bright pink letters, the brass, shimmering stripper pole in the corner of the room, and up the spiral staircase to a back office with black-tinted windows. He needed to get up there, but this bartender was going to be trouble. He noted the long metal VIP balcony over the wood dance floor, full of orange plush couches and skinny bar tables. He turned to the bartender. "A nightclub like this has to have pests, right?" The bartender still stared at him, unblinking.
"Even if we did, you think I'm going to hire a kid like you to take care of it?"
Cyrus wanted to punch the guy, but if he did that, he'd get himself thrown into the mirror behind the wall, or worse, into the street on his ass. "I'm not a kid."
"Show me your driver's license and I'll reconsider."
"I don't need one," Cyrus said. "I take the L." He did have a driver's license, but he had purposely left it at home. The last thing he wanted was for this guy to know who he was. Hell, he wasn't even supposed to be at this shady paranormal nightclub. If Desmond and the regulators found out what he was doing, he'd receive a stern warning. "I'm with Danzanello Pest Control," Cyrus said. "We've been around for 100 years. Rats, bedbugs, roaches, you name it, we take care of it."
"We don't have any of those things," the bartender said.
"Like hell you don't," Cyrus said. Of course the guy was lying. Cyrus had been here an hour earlier as a rat, sniffing around. Not only did the place have a colony of hostile rats in the kitchen subfloor, but it also had spiders, ants, and a particularly bad infestation of German cockroaches behind the refrigerator. If the guy couldn't see the pests, then he needed professional help. "Tell you what," Cyrus said. "I'll prove to you how good our company is. I'll treat your place for free. If you don't see my traps full of creatures, then you can tell me I'm full of it. If I'm right, then promise me a meeting with your boss so we can talk about a treatment plan." The bartender puffed.
"You're persistent."
"I'm honest," Cyrus said. He patted his sprayer again. "I have to show my boss I'm worth keeping around." He stuck out his hand. The bartender glanced at his watch.
"We open in 1 hour. Do your thing and get out. Come back in 2 days and we'll talk."
Cyrus grinned. "Crazy good pest control coming right up." It happened that summer. It was a typical Chicago summer. The air sweltered and your sweat clung to your skin. The blue skies reflected in triplicate off the glass panels of the skyscrapers downtown. You were happy to be alive, among the crowds of people in the sunshine and the sudden thunderstorms. Cyrus was supposed to be getting his life back on track, dating women, finding an apartment of his own. He had never wanted to be a rat shifter, but life among the paranormal wasn't so bad after all. He was learning to live again. But then his sister changed forever. While he was fighting a Nephilim who lost control and threatened to destroy Chicago, his sister Becca was possessed by a demon. In a split second, she was never the same. The usually snarky Becca had lost her sparkle. Sure, she still bossed him around and made jokes at his expense, and she looked out for him like any big sister should. But she wasn't the same. He couldn't look at her without knowing that a demon had nestled itself inside her mind. It was always talking to her. He could tell by the tortured look in her eyes. He blamed himself. If he hadn't become a rat shifter, this would have never happened. He would have never put Becca in danger. The winds of time changed. Summer flashed into autumn. Autumn decayed into winter. Snow fell from the sky in large drifts. The winds rolling off Lake Michigan made the air 10 times colder than the forecast predicted. The streets took on a patina of ice and dirt-colored snow. This was supposed to be a time of joy leading up to the holidays, the time of year when Cyrus had to think about Christmas presents, when he and Becca